Sacrifice dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
What's up, you oddball weirdos, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have a very strange and unusual, totally bizarre Mexican flick. It is Chano Huerta's 1962, very, very strange film. It is the Brainiac, and this one is just mind-boggling. You will not believe what you see, so let's get right into it. Here is the Brainiac. The Brainiac, aka Baron of Terror, is an entirely bizarre and completely surreal early 60s Mexican horror flick, which feverishly throws the viewer into a haunting world of stark black and white imagery and obscure and unusual frights. Classy in presentation and genuinely beyond belief when it comes to its horror elements, this off-kilter production delivers the goods when it comes to peculiar cinema, and the weirdness within this picture just can't be denied. Respectfully performed yet unbelievably strange, The Brainiac is a cinematic experience that you have to witness for yourself, and it's one that you might have to pinch yourself while viewing, as it's a fantastical fever dream of a flick. The film follows the crazy events that occur after the sadistic Baron Vitellius d'Astra is sentenced and then burned alive for witchcraft, necromancy, and adultery by the Holy Inquisition of Mexico. 300 years later, the cursed soul of the Baron in the form of a comet crash lands on Earth, birthing the Baron as a grotesque monster who enacts revenge on the descendants of the Inquisitors for his untimely death. One by one, they fall under the diabolical power of the Baron, and now it's up to two young lovers, Ronaldo Miranda and Victoria Contreras, descendants of the Inquisition that had a hand in his death, to destroy the Baron once and for all, or succumb to their horrible and twisted fate. Professionally performed and respectable in their portrayals, the cast of the Brainiac is a genuinely grounded lot, as they do their absolute best in reining in this wild plot and making it feel more tangible than it has any right to be. With class and chops, they treat the material as serious as a heart attack, lifting up the otherworldly moments of the film while at the same time somehow making the premise and the central goal of the picture that much more ridiculous and contrast to the sheen of the production. The heavy hitters and sole survivors of this wicked little flick are Abel Salazar as Baron Vitellius d'Astra, the vile and hate-filled Baron who loves to get his sick kicks tormenting and torturing the human race. Ruben Rojo as Ronaldo Miranda, an astrology student and heroic descendant of a man who tried to save the Baron from destruction. Rosa Maria Gallardo as Victoria Contreras, a gorgeous astrology student who catches the eye of the Baron, but must be killed in order to satisfy his twisted revenge. Luis Aragon as Professor Saturnino Milan, an astronomer who tracks the very comet that the Baron is traveling on, and is friend to both Ronaldo and Victoria. And finally, David Silva as the Commandant, the bald-headed man of the law who's desperately trying to solve these ongoing crimes of murder and depravity. It goes without saying that the cast does a wonderful job, as they give it their all to truly bring this macabre-filled weirdness to stark life. Strange and unusual, The Brainiac is as weird as its title suggests. The contrasting elements of the beautiful black and white photography mashed up against an unsettling antagonist in the form of a long-tongued demon creature is really something to behold, and the overall surreal nature of the picture is something of a unique gem. Totally demented and ridiculously bizarre, the practical effects on the Baron's demonic form is laughably deranged, yet still genuinely fitting for this early 60s production. Although it can be a bit redundant, as the majority of the film has the Baron meet a descendant of his execution, then change into a demon and murder them, and then repeat. The oddness of the entire film and the strange plot of the movie makes the experience insanely enjoyable and exceptionally entertaining in its weirdness. It's almost unbelievable that the film was put to celluloid in the first place, and for that alone, I appreciate the audacity of the filmmakers and their determination to put this weird vision onto the screen. If you love strange and unusual Mexican horror films, and you're a sucker for black and white gothic productions with an abundance of bizarre throughout, then you will absolutely love this film. In the end, The Brainiac is a surreal fantasy-infused 60s horror film that is as demented as it is completely and utterly batshit crazy. And there you have it, you fork-tongued demons. That is the unbelievably weird and totally strange Mexican horror flick from the 60s. That is The Brainiac. Just a weird title for a weird film, and just an overall unforgettable experience. But guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe, and if you have time, leave a comment below because I love hearing from you guys. But until then, I will see you all at the next Lucid Nightmare. Take care.